Welcome back, lads and ladettes. Been working on SVEX8. I haven't got the best clear, but it is a clear, so I will show you guys how to get through it. If you are here for the content or for a guide, please like and subscribe because it really helps me out. Helps me grow my baby channel. So this is an absolute mess because I was chopping and changing this group from day dot. I've been through God knows how many different groups. So I have two standard vanguards. I brought along Texas and Scavenger. So Texas has skill 2. I have Lapland with skill 2 and Frostleaf with skill 2. I'm pretty sure you could use Frostleaf with skill 1 or 2. I don't think it really matters, but 2 ranged guards is what is important. 2 AoE healers, so I've got Perfumer and Telopsis. 2 healing defenders, so I brought along Nerl and Gummy. Ethan. Now, Ethan is probably a bit better to bring as opposed to Manticore, because I'm fairly positive the boss can't be stunned, so you may as well bring Ethan for the extra damage his skills do. I've got 1 fast redeploy, Project Red for her first skill, so she can get damage down as quickly as she can. I've got Utage with her deployment skill on deploy skill, so skill 2. And Yafyala with skill 3, so I know this whole everything here is a big mess. But this is where I'm at. This whole thing has been a big mess. Alrighty. So first up, we are going to deploy our 2 vanguards. Our 2 vanguards are going to go just above our deployment point, so here and here. Doesn't really matter which way you deploy them. They are how they are. Going to deploy our first healer, first AoE healer. I'm using Perfumer because her map-wide heal tends to keep people alive quite well. Then I'm going to deploy Yafyala so I can activate this emergency aid building. Yafyala, obviously, as you can see, aimed up towards the boss. So next up, I am going to use Red to try and get some damage on that. And I'm going to deploy my 2 ranged guards facing down. The reason they're facing down is to get rid of the tentacles if they pop up just in front of my vanguards. So I'm obviously going to need another healer, so I'll redeploy a healer just here. Telopsis, just to get that done. So as you can see, there's one of those little things I was talking about. So really need to get my other range guard in. So there it goes, it pops up, and then it's just going to try and bind it'll bind someone. I haven't worked out if there's a reason as to who it binds, but that's okay. So now I'm going to deploy my healing defenders. So my healing defenders are going to be on either side of the aid building, here and here. Keep cycling those skills on my vanguards. Now I'm going to use Frostleaf's skill here. I'll also use Telopsis' skill just to make sure that that goes through. And we're going to deploy Utage up here first. Fast forward this, because this is going to do what it does. So down goes Utage, I'll pull it back out. Now I'm going to deploy Red. I'm going to use my other AoE healer skill because obviously Telopsis went down stunned, so I really want to make sure everybody else stays up. There goes red. I'm not too concerned about that. And so what I'm going to do now is deploy Ethan in the center here. And I am going to just hold on to this skill a little bit longer until these spitting enemies come into range. So once they're in range, there they go. So now I'll use Yaphiela's skill. I'll use Ethan's skill. Fast forward this again. So Yaphiela hasn't killed all those spitters, but that's not a concern because they'll get killed anyway. Do that, Perfumer's skill. So now I'm going to yank Ethan out, and I'm going to deploy Red here. And I'm just going to let Red's skill cycle. If she dies, she dies. If she doesn't, she doesn't. Okay, pull her out. Utage in here. Same thing as well. If Utage dies, she dies. If she doesn't, I'm going to pull her out as soon as her skill's done. Or she gets stunned. So once again, I'm going to deploy Red. So what we're looking at now is pretty much the last wave. So there goes Red. I'm not too concerned about that. Gonna use my healer skills. I'm gonna use Frostleaf skill there because I want to start working on this enemy as much as I can. I will do my best to try and move that enemy back, so I'm going to do this, because I really want to delay as much as I can. I'm content with that. I'm going to pop. So basically we're just leaving these two in for the duration of their skills or until they get stunned or killed, and then we're yanking them back out. Ethan has gone back in, and now we're going to use Yaphiela's skill to kill the last of the enemies. So I'll fast forward this while her skill runs. Pop in Utage here. She'll kill that. And I would have had Lapland not gone down there, I'd yank her out now. Anyway, the same goes for this side. So I'm going to have to put Red there because that little dude's walking through. I'm done here. I'm done here. And once this enemy dies, that's it. We're yanking everybody else out. Ethan's skill can cycle. And fast forward, because this now is just running the way it runs. So I'll pop in Red over here. There's no real reason for me to put Red in over here. I'm just trying to get Red away from everything else. So Red's gone down. Again, not a huge issue. Next healer in. Lapland back in. Skill. Utage in. Texas in, so we're just trying to keep everything in line with our healers. And now we're just going to cycle skills as quick as we can. So, next guard in. So as you see, I'm still just cycling skills. I have a couple of seconds left until I can get Nerl in, so I may as well put Red in and let Red work her magic. Ethan's skill. Skill. So that music that you hear changing now is pretty much the end of the road. It needs to be done. Otherwise, the boss will enrage and you will forfeit your everything, basically. So, there it goes. Anyway, so the music kind of lulls before it goes into the last end phase. That's really your warning cue that you really need to get that sorted out if you haven't already, but that's it. As you see towards the end, it gets quite messy. Unfortunately, the RNG was not with me in that particular clear. It was really bad towards the end, but cleared it was. So that's it. Hope that helps you guys. And as I said at the beginning, please like and subscribe if it does, or if you just enjoy me struggling.